channel. My channel. My content. My channel. My content. My channel. My content.
Happy Monday. Like always, we'll do a quick video audio check. Thumbs
Mic
up.
check 1, 2.
Make sure you can hear us both, see us both, and we'll get going. Of course, we've got the little 30-second delay. Let's see. Let's see. We got to see because I want to make sure.
Mic check.
Dun, 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 dun. So far, we've got nothing. Yes, we can hear and see. Basement Pythons, Jason in the house. Now they're all coming. Yeah, perfect. Great. Oh, good to see you. There we go. Luke in the house. Perfect.
What's up, Luke?
10-4. What's up? Okay, so like always, we'll go through the comments and pick some questions and topics. And of course, we got a few of our own. But first, I want to welcome you to Mutation Creations, my channel, my contact with my content, my contact, my channel, my contact, my content with my amazing co-host, Craig from BashCoder. Let's see. Who was first today? Virgil, what's going on? So, yo,
What's up,
Billy in
Virgil?
chat and Craig. Craig, you get your own little post. See?
Nice.
Hope you all had a great
Love it.
weekend. Lone Wolf, Backcountry in number 2, and Nick in number 3. Look at you guys go. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Sammy number 4. So close, but no cigar. Even
Got
the
to
ones
hang
that
with
were
Sammy.
close don't even get cigars. Nobody gets cigars. Driving back from Tinley, should be home by 7:30. Well, drive safe. Don't text while you're driving. Be safe, but you can listen.
You can super chat while driving.
Yeah, sure you could.
Risk reward.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah. That balance, not.
Yeah.
Don't be giving bad advice there, Craig. Come on.
Sorry. That's bad. That's bad. Bad, Craig. Bad,
Kevin,
Craig.
what's going on? Sugar Skull in the house.
How's it going,
Brian,
Kevin?
Heathen, what's up? Another Monday in the books. Now time for MC. Awesome. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. Yeah, here in Canada, we celebrate our Thanksgiving today. And you guys do it in a month from now. But it's strange how, well, I guess not. But, it's really odd that you guys have it a month after. But I guess different countries, sure. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, not much. Bitch and complain. No one's gonna bother.
Give thanks.
Yeah, give thanks. That's it. We thanks now and we thanks later. Double thanks. Mike says happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. Will's hella heat. Damn, 30 minutes early and chat's already filling up. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Oh, look at this guy nice and early. What's up, James? Bergman Reptile Room. What's going on? Keys in the house. Look at this. What's up, Billy and Craig? Great to see y'all partnering up and doing this show together. Yeah, I'm really happy that Craig came aboard. It's awesome. Give me someone to talk to and chat and help me fuck up or not fuck up. One or the other. Or both.
One or the other.
Yeah, or both.
Either way.
Combination. Yeah, he helps me fuck up and not fuck up. It's a great combo. 219 in the house. Oh, let's see. Oh, Ed from Europe. What's up, everyone? Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. My ankle got checked out again at the hospital, and things are looking a bit better than last week, which is good. Now only left with 7 different meds.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that the ankle is doing much better. And still cleaning ASFs at the moment. still injured. And that's the thing when well, Craig, you fucked your back up and
Yep.
you had, thankfully you had help to come in but you still have other shit that you have to do regardless if you're injured or not. And that's the thing that most people don't realize. When you're sick, to an extent, you still got responsibilities for these living animals. And, I think you talked about it once. I don't know if it was on a live or in our chat or something, that it's something that you really need to sort of have, like if you're going on vacation or there's an emergency or something, you should have someone that can come and help you out or stand in or, because you never know what's going to happen or when it's going to happen. You want to be prepared.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't know if you were talking about that on a live stream you were on with somebody.
It was a reel.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. It's a reel called You Need Help, and it really was from that. If I didn't have someone trained up and ready to go, like even including up to and including feeding, which is kind of the final boss of training.
Yeah,
someone in this business, and if you don't have someone that can do that, then if you get hurt or injured, or if you have a major life event and got to deal with something, you're screwed. So you got to have some help, I think.
I got to get up to your level. Hold on.
I can slouch.
There you go. No. Just trying to get the
hat's artificial. See, the hat adds artificial height.
Okay, there you go. See, so my bald dome. Bald dome. Oh, and see, you're repping the amazing HP Husbandry Pro.
Exotics and Husbandry Pro. Yep.
Well, I'm gonna do the same thing with Husbandry Pro. I'm gonna pop that up on the board, and at the bottom, I am going to go and put. Are you even using it? Come on now, and I'm gonna give my rep. Charlie from Renee. Royal Pythons. Rocking the shirt. It's comfy too. So comfy. Some of these shirts, though, they're so baggy on me now. I lost, They're
not Unicity friendly.
They're not Unicity friendly. There you go. And if anyone's new and don't know Craig or haven't followed him, I have all of his socials, his YouTube as well as his Instagram in the description below. So you can go there, give him a follow. Got some awesome reels, got some awesome content. So let's see, where were we now? After Ed, I'm glad you're getting better, man. Chris Cherry, what's up? Nikki, what is going on?
Kurt.
We're all doing super. I'm super anyways. How are you feeling, Craig? Super?
Doing good.
Good.
No jet lag.
That's awesome. We'll talk about your Tinley trip shortly. We'll get through some of these chats. BlackRock says, what's up, Billy and chat? Hope everyone's having a great Monday. Luckily, those 3 clutches that were still in the incubator survived the 3 days the incubator shut down. Almost all the babies are out. That's awesome. Yeah, so it is a scary thing when you lose power. Luckily, especially in your case, it was pretty much after the there's certain key times, I think, the development and the incubator, like if it happens within the first, say, month, I think there could be issues in the development. But after I'd say after day 35, 40, you're pretty good. But always want stable conditions the best you can. I don't want to be it'll be fine, and it isn't. But thank God it worked out. Look who's talking. What's up, weirdos? What's going on, Chad? How you doing? Mr. EAD. Jen's in the house. How'd you know I was a weirdo? We're all weirdos. Fred, how you doing, my man? Everyone having a blessed day? Right back at you.
Good to see you, Fred.
Chad as well. Back home from Tinley. Let's go. That was your first Tinley, was it not, Chad? I'm not sure if it was or not, but Hope you had a great time. I guess this is a good time to talk about Tinley. I wasn't able to go. You went. How was your? Well, what are some key, good things, bad things, things that you wanted to see that you didn't? What was your take?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, you do.
No, just kidding. No, it was great. We had a great time. It was, maybe traffic was lower than in previous years. Don't know how much of that was the hurricanes and all the chaos in Florida and stuff like that. But I got kind of mixed reviews when I asked vendors how their sales were. Some said they were great. Some said they were disappointed. But it was really great for me. I went there just to get some kind of vision refresh and sort of get some ideas and fill in some knowledge gaps on some morph stuff. And I got a few animals and got to hang out with some great people.
Awesome. What was your biggest takeaway? Especially on what you just said, like your new, refreshing and like, new direction or something that you're missing out on.
I really feel like I'm weak on clown just overall. I feel my clown game is just weak. And so I've been starting to get some, hurricane clown stuff and I sort of continued on that in this. I got a Wookiee yellow belly clown from the Harbins. I got a black pastel red stripe yellow belly clown from Dave Levine at
awesome.
Natural State. Which is just one gene shy of Pompeii. Yeah. I got a black pastel yellow belly hurricane clown from KG and D at Bomb Projects.
Awesome. The bomb.
It's
you
not a project
from the bomb projects.
Yes, it's great. Probably my favorite interaction was probably when I got to have like at least 30 minutes with Devin and Teresa from Prague Morphs.
Awesome. Yeah.
We kind of had coffee together and just caught up, and just a really great conversation, and got to see a lot of people from out of the country, a lot of Canadians down there. We had Jaffe, Lord of Lion, Austin. Was great.
Awesome. Yeah, I get to see Prague Morphs in just over 2 weeks when I go to the Netherlands.
Yeah, he said he was going to see you there at that show.
Yeah.
What an amazing story of his. We're going to have him on our podcast at some point here soon.
Cool.
And is just an amazing story and just such a great guy.
Yep. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to spend time with both of them was it a year ago? I guess it has been. Yeah, I guess it has been a year since I've been to Europe. So,
DJ Van Wyck was there from Reptiles for Centuries, which is cool, all the way from South Africa. Of course, Devin and Teresa came from Czech Republic. Got to meet Antoine, DPR Cold Blood. That was kind of fun.
Yep.
And got to hang out a bunch with Bill and Kate from Heart of the Python. Shout out to them. Shout out to Sunlight Scales. Got to have dinner with them.
Cool.
Really great. Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Not jealous at all. Not one bit. not even close.
FOMO activated.
Inquiline in the house. Let's see. Hugh. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving, everyone. Even you Americans. I was lucky enough that Hugh and his wife Donna popped by, and they brought me the amazing. I don't know if they're honey glazed or they're. I just call them fucking amazing croissants, and they're just.
You had me at honey glazed.
Yeah, they're whatever's on them. They're just amazing, and they also brought me little lemon meringue sort of tarts or fingers that are like, oh my God. And then they had like the s'mores and a brownie. I'm just, thank God for Unicity. But thanks again, guys. Always a pleasure seeing you. And Cadence, if you're watching, hi. Congratulations on your awesome results on your test. So, Scott and Jordan, what's going on, guys? Evening. Sab and Alex, what's up? Leviathan in the house. How you doing?
What's up, Stephen and Courtney?
Bohemian.
This was really cool at Tinley because Leviathan, Scott and Jordan with Genetic Genesis, and Troy from Balls and Strikes.
Oh, Balls and Strikes, yep.
Yeah, different Troy. They all got their first October Tinley under their belts.
Which is awesome.
So once you get your foot in the door, man, it's a lot easier to stay there. So that was really great to see.
Awesome stuff.
It's tough to get into that show.
So let's see what else is going on. Carissa's in the house saying, what's up? EJ, what's going on? Speeds Morphs in the house says, hey, everyone. Lucky's, what's up? Billy and Craig. Faux Pythons watching live. What's up? The dynamic duo back in action. There you go.
He was the man.
DDM in the house. Endless Morphs. Look at everyone always. We had a good weekend. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you have a great week. So nice. You guys are so nice. Joe, fellow Canadian. What's up, everyone? How's it going, Billy and Craig? Banna, how you doing, Banna? I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. Craig is too.
Yep. Hey,
Patrick,
Banna.
what's going on? A little bit of everything. Saunders. Sophia in the house. Hello. Big happy hand wave. Blaker's in the house. Hey, I did one. You did two. You can't like.
She's my wife. She gets both hands.
You can't trump me. Always outdoing me, Craig. Fuck. It isn't a reel. It's fucking hellos. Jesus. Can't win with you.
I can't get my feet up, though.
What else? What are we doing? Steve says, hey, Billy and the gang. Kurt's in the house. Where's the button? There we go. Kurt's in the house.
What's up, Kurt?
Smash the like button. Don't forget to smash the like button and show Sensei Billy some love. I don't know if I'm a sensei.
I think you're a sensei.
No, I mean, maybe if I was Asian, I could, I guess, be sensei, I guess. I don't know. I'm just someone that shares a lot of info and wants to see other people do well.
And has a kick-ass dojo.
Yeah, I guess. My snake dojo.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine that. Like, I'm going to take on a whole new thing. Instead of, MC Big Boss, it's Sensei Billy. Welcome to the snake dojo. And we all wear uniforms that are like karate outfits. Yeah. I got the black belt and everyone else starting off. And then I get pissed off. I can just go throw people around. Hiya! No, it's not going to happen. It would be a cool thing, though, if you were getting into snakes and you want to have your own little shtick, Sensei Snakes or something like, and welcome to the Snake Dojo. Hiya!
That's true. Steve's onto something here.
There you go. Morph Minded. What's going on? Salute. South Bay. Is this a question? It is.
Woohoo.
You take it away. I talk too much.
Hey, Billy, do you find the FB40 tubs to be big enough for most breeder females? I'm looking to upgrade my racking, just trying to plan out how many levels of 40s and 70s I might need for my collection.
I think it's a very good question. And for me, I really love the 40s. The 70s, they're for my very, very, very big females. One thing about having the 70s and the 40s is the 70s, obviously, besides you can only get 3 on a level, instead of 4 of the 40s. When you pull them out, man, they're big. They're wonky. And you put a 35, 4,000 gram female in there, they look tiny. So because we're growing and breeding these animals yearly, it's not like they continue to stack weight on and keep growing, because they grow and then they lose the weight and they get it back up and then they lose the weight. I bred for years in the ARS 50-40 tubs, and they are smaller by about 6 inches than the FB40 tubs. Now ARS made the 55-40 tubs. Oh, sorry, yeah, the 50 series tubs.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's 5 or 6 inches now. That 55 is longer, by about 5 or 6 inches. But for years before they came out with the 55 series, I was breeding in the 50 series, no problem. And I like the extra room, so I would recommend the 40s. But if you have 4,000 gram females and up, the 70s I have for those type. But if you were doing, 10 levels high, I mean, I have 14 levels high. I go 9.5 feet. I'm a savage, plus I got the space, the height. I do 3 levels of 70 at the bottom and 11 of the 40s. So I got 44 tubs of the 40s. And what does that give me? 9 of the 70s. And I think if I had to do anything now, I would probably go down to 2 levels and 12. I think you're going to get more use out of the 40s. And like I said, they're smaller. I think the snakes like it a little bit better. They're easier to handle and clean instead of having the width, which it doesn't seem like a lot until it does seem like a lot.
Right.
And if you are going to do them, always have them at the bottom, because when you have to lift one of these suckers up over your head and try to get it in the slot, it's not fun. So
are the 40s, can you mix 40s and 70s in the same rack with Freedom
yes,
Breeder?
Correct.
So that's what I do with the 55 series, is that I'll put, every time I buy a 55 series rack, I'll have a couple levels of 70s at the bottom.
Yeah. So
you do that too, right?
Yeah. So and it's weird because the 40s are equivalent to the 55s, and that's why it's confusing when I'm trying to give reference to ARS and it's like 55. Right. Yeah. And then the 40s throw me off because it's a 50-40, but the 40 means there's 40, 50, 50 or 55 series tubs. And that's why I get ARS and Freedom Breeder have to be a little bit different, but it's confusing.
But to answer your question, it depends on how many big females you have, right? Really, it depends on how many of those big ones you really have.
Yeah, and keep in mind
need the extra room.
Yeah, and keep in mind, like even if you have like a 4,000 gram female, you breed her, she's dropping down to 3,000. Well, depending on the size of your clutch and the weight of them, but usually a female that big is a 9-10 egger plus, and you're losing 1,000 grams, but I really prefer the 40 series, or in Freedom Breeder and in ARS the 55 series. So Lisa, I really love your snakes and your content. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. More content coming, especially on YouTube. Slowly it is coming. I've started to get the ball rolling, and once it does, I'll be I plan to be very consistent. So like I said, I made a lot of changes. You guys have seen a lot of the changes and stuff I've done, and hearing about them, and I'm getting this all rolled in because 2025 is my bitch. I wanted to do that before, because like I said, I'm all ready for it. I'm being prepared. I'm gonna slay it. I'm already on a mission. I'm going to crush it. And, everything I'm doing now is preparing for that. So, let's see who else. I'm just trying to exotic A1 pets. What's going on? What's going on?
Santos.
Look at all these. I didn't even know there's peace with the dove. And then you got the praying hands, peace. What's that?
Hang loose.
Hang loose. And what's that? Eye of the hand?
I don't know.
I don't know.
All-seeing eye on the hand? I don't know.
Oh, all-seeing eye, yeah. Times 2. Wow.
See?
The code. I got to get back. I got to get into the emoji lingo code. So what's this? Chad says, nah, you don't need help. Just suck it up, Buttercup, and figure it out. That's what I did.
Okay, Chad, right here. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna scratch myself. Nah, just kidding, buddy.
Yeah, back and leg is two different things. At least for the back, when you have a cast on your leg, you can still manage, even though not easy. When it's your back, man, you can't really do shit. You can't even shit. It hurts the shit.
Got to hang with Chad a bunch this last weekend. It was great to see him.
Yeah.
He looked like he was having a great time, man. He
which
was
is
everywhere.
awesome. Which is awesome. I'm glad. Yeah, he was up here for he came up and hung out for 3-4 days, and it was awesome. That's hanging out. And yeah, so if he come up now, he won't even recognize the place, which is a good thing. Who else we got in the house? Jason, what's up? What is going on? Hope all is well. Blakers says, smash that like button. I'm going to put that on too. Hit that like button. Don't be a stranger. What else we got going on? Oh, Pete. Garden State in the house. How you doing? Hope all is well.
I like that guy.
AK. Axantha Keeper. Hi, Billy. Hello, everyone. Question. Do you still feed the female after being paired? One visual lock out of 3 pairings, and she stayed on the cool side all month. She skipped a meal, but then took last week. Yes. So I continue to feed the female. Okay. And I feed every other week. Okay. With the exception of females that I know are building follicles. I will throw an additional one in on the off week, on one of the off weeks, to give them an extra meal. But while they're building, while they're locking, I continue to feed. When I stop feeding is actually when they are, in my opinion, done breeding. And that's at 30 millimeters or 3 centimeters. After that, I don't pair anymore and I stop feeding. So how about you, Craig? What do you do on that? As far
I've started to do that. According to your advice, I've started to do that. I had an egg-bound female who got like 2/3 of her clutch out and then couldn't get the last third out because there was a big chunk of poop in there.
Oh, yeah.
And so I had fed her all the way because she just kept eating. She's like 4,000 grams. So I kept feeding her the whole way, but I think I was creating a problem by giving her too much to pass through her system when really it needed to be priority on the eggs passing through her system.
Yeah, like in the wild, I'm not really sure. And that's something I'm working on. I want to dig more into what they do. But if they're in that building mode and once they are gravid, like which is, I like 30 millimeters, 3 centimeters. Once they hit that mark, like I said, I no longer pair, I no longer feed. And in the wild, these males aren't coming in once a month and saying, hi, hi, Susie, I'm here. Let's do our thing and lock. And they're definitely not, if they're, seeking that spot and seeking heat and they're coiling or nesting, as we call it. I don't think they're leaving to go hunting for food. I think they just stay there. Once they ovulate, I don't think that they go searching for food. I think they just concentrate on the egg development and then the laying. But I said, I'm not 100% sure, but it does make sense. So I would continue to pair while you breed. And then once she's nesting, showing signs are over 3 centimeters or 30 millimeters, stop feeding. That's what I do. Or if you are going to feed something a quarter small. Like if you're feeding mediums, feed a weaned, if you feel that's something. Or if somebody in here feeds continually big meals while they're gravid, or not gravid, but pairing, and then after, let us know, because it's an opportunistic eater. I'm sure they would eat if it's offered, but I choose not to, and I've had a lot of success. And then there's Craig. That could be an issue because of the poop, or it could have been something else. I'm not really sure, but
Sure.
I do well year after year with hundreds of clutches, not feeding after. So, Mac O'Morph, how you doing? What's going on? Roland, take this one, Craig.
Billy, I don't see but maybe 3 to 4 egg cutting videos this year. Do you guys not have many clutches, or is there a different platform that you posted on?
Yes, I've said this many times. I've been shitty for posting this year. I have a lot of changes. We did have, I'm in, triple digit clutches. I've done a few on Instagram lives. I think I've done a few maybe even on YouTube live here. But yeah, just wasn't feeling it. A lot of things have changed. I'm making a lot of those changes. Some of them have already been made. I'm making a lot more, not only to the business, for my personal life and everything else. My health, is key. And I want to enjoy my life a little more than just work. And even though I love my work, but I do want to, I'm trying to, give myself more time away. It's awesome with my puppy Cleo. When I take her for walks, I leave my phone, which to me, it's like I've never left my phone. It's crazy. But, little tiny steps. We'll eventually get into bigger steps. And I am working on it. I do want to do things a little differently. So I am in the background working on stuff. I do have some footage that I'm screwing around with to see how I want to do things moving forward. But I'm going to post videos before 2025. I do have one, especially for the vision rodents, the rodent breeding, right. The tubs, the divider. I'll be hopefully having that out within the next couple of weeks. So I will have a lot more content coming. And I would like to say at least 2 or 3 per week, every week in 2025. Don't hold me to it, but that's a goal I'm setting for myself. But
I think it's hard. You got to remember, you got to have someone there to do the camera work and sort of read the messages and all that. And if they're doing that, then they can't be doing something else. And when you're slammed, it's really hard to do the extra stuff like doing the egg cutting videos.
Yeah. So I mean, if I can do things a little differently and not do lives and then repost and then have them done certain ways, I want to, if I'm going to start putting videos out again, I want to step up my game a little. And I'm working on it. And I got somebody that I think that I'm very confident in to take what I give them and make masterpieces out of them, if you want to call them a masterpiece. But, you guys get what you get from me. And I think that I don't want to lose that. I like the cut, the one take type deal, instead of, cutting 1,000 pieces to make something perfectly.
Yeah.
That's not me. I'm not the guy. I'm the guy that fucks up, tells you what it is, shows you the good, shows you the bad. And I don't want to lose that, but I do want to change it a little. So, let's see. So what's this? Banna says, he said, you don't want to talk about it because Adam was everywhere.
Yeah. I had fun doing a bunch of a real war with
I
Adam.
saw them. They're hilarious. Hi, if you know where
Roll.
Adam is from Proper, yeah, he's over there. Okay, I'm going this way. Like, fucking guys.
I'm going to be on his podcast tomorrow night, by the way.
Oh, awesome. There you go.
Yeah, tomorrow at 8 Eastern, I think.
That's
Eastern.
Proper Royals. My man
Yep.
Adam. Love him.
Yep.
Great content and two awesome guys. I'm probably going to tune in to watch too.
Sweet.
Takeaway. You can't hide from Adam.
Yeah. I tried.
Awesome.
His room was right across from mine at the hotel.
That's crazy.
And
I love the one
it's-
where he threw the thing in. It's like, Adam, it's 4:00 in the morning. It wasn't. What time was it really?
When I did that?
Yeah.
When he did it, it was like 1 a.m.
Okay.
When I did my response
like
was
9?
probably 7:30 in the morning. I was bleary-eyed, man. I looked like crap. But
No, but
I
it was
felt
good
like
because I saw
that
it. because it
added
was
to
like-
the authenticity of it.
It was, or you know, you got a hell of a fucking makeup artist. Like
Yeah.
shit. Oh my god. So, Adrian, yes, caught it again. Hope all is well, people. It's so far so good. New York Powerball's in the house. Look at this. Chad says, saw Craig as soon as I walked in on Friday. Awesome.
Yep, he did.
There you go. Snake X. Hello, gentlemen. Craig, it was nice meeting you at Tinley Park. What a show.
Nice to meet you as well.
Awesome. Mark in the house. Good evening, Billy, Craig, and chat. What's going on?
Hey, Mark.
Oh, Banna's jealous. Didn't get to meet DJ.
What a great guy.
You know what? I'm jealous too because I haven't met him either yet. So
He's so young to have accomplished what he's accomplished. It's a remarkable guy.
Massey in the house. What's going on? Forward motion. What's going on? How you doing, my man? Enigmatic reptiles. That's a cool logo.
Mm-hmm.
The Pie Man's in the house. What's going on? Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
Dwight, saw your reel this last week. Be encouraged, man. Be encouraged. Okay, gets better. He's had some kind of sucky odds this year.
Oh, male heavy or just gene miss?
Just eggs not doing well.
Sorry to hear, my man. Leland, what's up? Sorry that I'm late. Freaking out about a black ball python. I'm hatching.
Sweet. What is it?
Black ball. About a black ball python. Black. Super Cine. Super black pastel. 8-ball. Freaking out about it's not good. Do tell. What's up, my man? How are you? Hope all is well. We'll chat this week. Real world in the house. Sensei bad boy Billy. No, I am not taking on that title. Hell to the big effing no. Fucking Sensei Billy. But if
We need
anybody
Conan.
wants to use that whole little thing, you can thank Craig and go be my guest. Take it. Because Billy is not going to be Sensei Billy, and definitely not Sensei Bad Boy Billy. Okay, it ain't happening. So it's up for grabs. Anybody wants to use Sensei and the Snake Dojo, even the gear, go ahead. All City, James, what's up? What's going
Hey,
on?
James.
Golden Rule popped in. Sweet. So only 20 minutes behind in the chat.
Doing good.
Alex, what's going on? How you doing? Florida born. Hope all is well. Hope how's the anyone in Florida? I don't know how bad it was on certain parts, and just also came through Georgia, right?
Yeah, really did. The first one did. The first one that hit a couple weeks ago came through Georgia, and just I think even the death count might have been higher in Georgia than in Florida, but the second one
Crazy.
stayed mostly in Florida, I believe. Just went across the midsection.
It's nuts.
Yeah, it was nuts.
There you go. 70 series takes a lot more substrate. Sure does. Sure does. Oh, South Bay says, right on. Thank you, Billy. Totally answered my question. Awesome. I'm glad I did. And for anyone else listening, that's my advice. And it's pretty, I would say, 8, if not 9 out of 10 breeders would pretty much say the same. More Forge. How you doing?
Hey, John. More Forge fam.
The fam. Let's see. So Leland, oh, come on, mouse. There you go. Yeah, I have 3 rows of FB70s on the bottom and 5 rows of the 40s. So he's got 3 rows like myself and 5. I got 11 rows on top. I would actually like to go to 12 rows of the 40s and 2 rows. Is there a particular reason you like the 70s there, Leland? I prefer the 40s myself, but it's just I guess a preference. And if you could change anything, would you rather have more rows of 40s than 70s? Chroma Flux, Alex in the house. What's going on, Alex? How are you?
By the way, Alex is the originator of the don't be a hemipene joke. We were there hanging with her one night, and she saw a mug for sale that said "Don't be a hemipene." I started using it. I totally stole it, Alex.
Yeah, but
I started using it as a saying in some of my videos. But we were there, and oh my God, we could not stop laughing. Oh yeah, she's the guy. I don't want to tell this story. Oh my God,
you got to tell it now.
Okay, so we were out to dinner. It was Billy, Alex, and me. And and she was ordering, and your daughter, and she was ordering this thing that sounded like an iced tea drink. It was like a fruit tea. It sounded like it was a fruit tea. But I didn't realize that and she was ordering it as a double, and I didn't know that it had vodka in it. So I drank it, and I drank it fast. It was very drinkable, and it did not have, I didn't even realize there was alcohol in it. And so then I started having a second one, and I also don't drink on other people's dime either. And here Billy was covering dinner.
Thanks for starting with mine.
Yeah. And so I had the second one, and all of a sudden I look up and I go, "You roofied me."
Yeah. And it's like, you didn't know it had alcohol? But it doesn't look like it does, and it doesn't taste like it did.
No.
But Craig was like, "Oh, the room is spinning." It was good though. You can thank Alex for that. So, New York Powerball says, after a female lays her clutch, do you wait at least 7 months before looking to start pairing for the next breeding season? No, I do 4 to 5 months. So I've noticed them around the 4 months, the earliest, 5 months, usually when they start building follicles again for the next year. So, but they can go as much as 7, but I like to catch them early. So after about 4 or 5 months, I start looking again. That's how we do it here.
Here's she said double with 2 fingers up in front of you. See, what is that? Some kind of bar lingo? I don't even know that.
Yeah.
2 fingers up, double.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was clueless.
Brian and Holly, what's going on? I see you've had a good time at Tinley, you and the fam. Pictures of you everywhere.
Yeah, they really did have fun.
That's good. That's very good.
Including the kids.
Let's see, which is great. It's awesome.
Yep.
Eric, hello. What's going on? So John says, if you keep your breeder females in FB40s, what do you keep your males in the sub-adult phase? The 1539 or the 33?
Is that equivalent to a 1065?
No.
ARS? No.
No. They're or is it the 2033? So I keep my males like the under 900 grams range in the 10 series, like the hatchling racks. And then my subadult females, as well as my bigger males, I keep in that next size. They're 3 levels, so they're just as deep as the 10 series, but they're as tall as the normal tubs. Actually, they might even be a little smaller, but they're twice, if not 2.5 times wide. And they have the big water dish, and they're great. I love them. You know, it's a perfect size for males, and it's a perfect size for subadult females growing up. So that's, I always forget the rack, but I know there's 33 in it. Might even be an 1133. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You have to look it up, but I should know.
Will says he thought your males was were in a 50-40 or 20 series.
No, I don't. So I don't have any ARS at all in my breeders for my adult room. It's all freedom breeder. So
I have 50-40s for my males.
Mission Morphs, what's going on? Hope y'all had a good start to the week. Right back at you. 217 says, "What's up, Craig? Nice meeting you this weekend."
Yeah, that was nice. Appreciate that.
Zivs Exotics, how you doing, guys? What's going on? Hope all is well. Brian popped in. Boop and Snoots, what's up? How are you, my friend? Hope all is well. Holy shit. Condo. I don't know if this is little Steve Sr. or Steve Jr., but whoever it is, thank you for popping in.
Hey, we got an answer from Leland.
Awesome.
My pairing was yellow belly, red stripe het clown to a fire spot nose black pastel het clown. Nothing makes a black snake. Looks like an 8-ball in the egg still.
Yeah, you know what it does? You know what makes a black snake from that pairing?
Spot nose and red stripe? No, what?
A Parthenogenesis super black pastel.
Ooh, there you go. Tricky.
So the reason why you have a black snake, Leland, is you probably that one egg or maybe the clutch, but at least that one egg, if it's a black pastel, or if it's a black snake, it's got to be a super black pastel, and that's a parthenogenetic baby. So
Sweet.
it's not really because parthenogenesis animals don't do well, unfortunately. Oh. But that could be it, So let's see. Oh, Raymark, what's up? Thank you. What? Good to see me, not Craig? What the fuck? Come on, you got to give my co-host some love too, Raymark.
It's okay. It's okay, guys. It's his channel, his content.
So let's see. What's he saying? I got a leopard clown het enhancer, 50% het G-stripe male from you. That's proven now. Awesome. I got him May 2023. Didn't see G-stripe, but we got 2 more chances, then a shed test as a last resort. Yeah. I hope he proves. That'd be amazing. Leopard clown double het, which would be amazing. But I believe if you've got 2 more chances, you're breeding it to a G-stripe. So regardless, you're going to be making double het combo genetic stripe clowns, 50% het enhancers, which is great. And then shed test those. So, but I hope he proves for you. That'd be awesome.
Charlie's got that test available.
Yep. Oh, Leviathan. So you take this one.
So after vending this weekend and spending hours trying to type and print off labels for the display, we are signing up for HUSBANDRY.PRO as soon as we get home. Yeah.
Amazing. So did you see how easy it was? How people can just print it off on the fly not only that, the interaction with the consumer, just scan and get all that information. I don't even want to let you know how much time and money I save on those brother label makers or the labels. I would print them off and go and they're like $30 a Canadian up here a piece. So I would go through like $100 on a big expo, typing out all these names and stuff. So not only am I saving 100, you got to sit there and cut and peel and type the name in. All I do is I go on my Husbandry.PRO and go, I want to bring this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, print, and it's done. And it's amazing. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad you saw this. That's only one of the amazing features of Husbandry.PRO, right? So it is an incredible software slash app, and the new one's going to be even better. It's coming out soon. And I'm not just saying that because I'm part owner. Remember those hair commercials back in the day? I'm not only a client, I'm the owner or whatever. I'm not only the owner, I'm a client. Like that's basically what I feel
Hair Club for Men. Yeah.
Hair Club for Men. Yeah. I'm not only a client. I'm not only the owner, but I'm a client. I can say that with Husbandry.PRO. I'm not only an owner, but I'm a user.
So I saw at least two different ways that people use the labels at Tinley. Okay. Some people put them in if they had acrylic tops, they would put it inside on the back wall,
which is awesome.
And if they had glass tops, they were more comfortable putting the label right on the glass, because then getting it off the glass won't scratch it or anything like that. But with acrylic, I think people were less interested in putting a label right on the acrylic.
No, it's awesome. I'm glad to see people using it. I think it's an incredible feature. And I'm sure Leviathan, once he gets to do it and uses it, is going to make an amazing video on it to see how incredible that actually is, especially for ease of use, time management, and everything else for such an amazing product called Husbandry.PRO. So let's see. Just skipping, going down. Oh, E&I, what's up? If it works. Oh, what's wrong with my mouse? There we go. Ebony and Ivory Reptiles, what's up?
What's up, guys?
Thanks for popping in. Nice to see you guys here. Trippin' Balls, what's up? Late to the party? Hope I didn't miss any Billy or Craig wisdom. No, just talking about racks. I don't think we I don't know. We need more questions or topics to talk about to give the wisdom, but you never know. We just yap about shit. So, there might be some sort of wisdom that comes from us just yapping and rambling. You never know, but we would like some more questions. So, let's see. Steve from 718. How you doing?
Oh, I have something to talk about, Billy. When you go to these big shows,
okay,
one of the things as a breeder, you go and you wonder two things. First thing you wonder is, how far behind am I? How far behind am I on the big guys? And I had a discussion on this with Levance from Straight Fire, and I really left every time I go to a Tinley, I go feeling sort of doom and gloom, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to see stuff I can never make. Yep. I definitely did not feel that way. And I think especially if people are following your advice in the Patreon, doing your breeder 1, breeder 2, breeder 3 stuff, you shouldn't feel behind, because we're all doing a different thing. And the people that we are behind, we're supposed to be behind.
Yeah, I get that.
But I didn't feel in any way discouraged after seeing, as a matter of fact, now going back the second time, I feel like it's progress because I'm interested in fewer and fewer tables, honestly.
Wow. That's a very interesting point you brought, because 2 years ago, you were in a totally different mindset and a totally different situation. And not only seeing you, grow just with your brand and your reels and yourself. That's pretty cool just to see in just 1 year's time the progress you've already made. And not only that, the mindset you have, which is phenomenal, because it all starts with the mindset. It really does, you know.
Well, you got to swim in the right streams too. You got to hang with the right people that are willing to invest in you. That's for sure.
Awesome. No,
I didn't get there by myself. I just feel like I have a much firmer grounding this year than I did in years past.
That's good that you even brought that up, or it's like, hey, holy Christ, like, you know, a year ago where I was, I felt like I was behind. Now I'm like, you know, that's good. But yeah, you know, it's crazy because, you know, there's projects that I'm in that I know I'm sort of up there. And then there's others that I'm in that I'm holy shit, like how, you know, but you can't do everything. You really got to pick, you know, a couple key projects and work the hell out of them. Because if you try to be all over the place, you can't substantially keep them all rising to the top. It's impossible. And the more you try, the more you wish you didn't. Trust me on that one, people. Trust me on that one. There's some facts right there. But
Matt from Ebony and Ivory looked at my collection a couple weeks ago and he said, "You realize you have 10 recessives, don't you?" You know. And obviously I can't work them all to the same degree of vigor, you know.
But they're also working combined
together,
right? So which is good.
That's
too.
right. Yeah.
But yeah, I like when someone sees something like that and notices that's key. You know, awareness is key. You know, Jason says, I went 5 rows of 70s and 5s of the 55s, and I got one animal in the 70s and almost full on the 40s. Might upgrade a few bigger females, but concerned they might get weird about the extra space. They can. I would rather, and you know, I'm going to say this because it's what I do, and people are going to say, "Oh my God, I can't believe he said that." I would rather my animal, ball python, be in something a little smaller than too big. And yes, I said it, and people are going to, "Oh my God, you're." Yes. Now, if it's a boa, if it's a super dwarf retic, a blood, or another animal that needs the bigger space, I find that a ball python will do better. And the reason why I've said that is I have so many animals that go from my hatchling rack into my adult rack, and they belong in the adult rack. They will go off of food. They will not eat. And after about four times, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me downgrade you, put you back down in the smaller tub. And guess what? They eat every week, you know, and then, you know, I get them back in there, establishing a good month or two of them eating. And then I try again. I listen to my animals. If my animal will do and eat and defecate and shed and to me feel comfortable in a small, tight space, I'm listening to my animal, not someone saying, "Oh, it needs a bigger terrarium and branch." That's, you know, I'm probably going to get flamed for it, but I truly believe it because my animal's telling me when I put it in a bigger tub, it doesn't do the things that it has in the smaller tub. Now, that's not every animal, but I would rather have an animal, and I'm not talking crammed in, you know, I would rather have an animal in a 55 or a 40 series tub than in a 70 where they like I actually move more animals out of the 70 back into the 40s than I do moving them from the 40s back into, you know, a 10 or the 30, the whatever series it is. So, you know, it's a lot of space. And if your animal ain't, you know, 35 to 4,000 grams and up, it looks small. Like I've got 4,000 or 5,000 gram females that you open up the tub and it looks fucking small. So that's just me. You know, I'm going to do what my snakes want me to do or ask me to do, not because, I'm going to leave it in here and watch it not eat and thrive because I'm going to get flamed if I put it in such a small enclosure where it eats and does everything it's supposed to. I don't listen to people on the fucking internet. I listen to my snakes. And if you don't like that, don't give a fuck. You know, that's what I do with my snakes. I listen to them, not someone on, you know, the internet saying that they need tons of space and all this extra pizzazz. You know, if that's what you want for yours, phenomenal. I'm listening to my snakes. flame away, get pissed off, whatever it is. That's what I believe. That's what I do. And I'm not afraid to share that or explain it to the world. Okay. My snakes, I do what I want. They tell me where they feel more comfortable, and they don't whisper it to me. They show me in their actions. So that's just me. That's what I do. So
Billy rant.
a little bit of a rant, but
I need to get a graphic and a sound effect. So when you actually do go on a real Billy rant,
that wasn't even. I mean, I didn't even break.
that was a mini rant. That was a mini rant. But
a sweat. I don't even think. Did I even swear in that one? Because usually I'm
if you have to ask, you don't
screaming.
know.
I mean, saliva's flying on my computer screen. Like I'm
eyes
living.
bulging.
Like I got blood vessels and veins popping out of my forehead. Like, yeah. But anyways, good night, Chroma. Alex has left the building. Let's see. Eric's More Factory, what's going on? How you doing? Angel, how you doing? Hey.
What's up, man?
How are you, sir? Is this RO 5.0?
Yes.
Cool. I love the name RO 5.0. It's just RO now. Double R.
And he's got a new. He's splitting a podcast with Jen from Cigar City, and they are doing a chondro. They're taking alternate weeks on a chondro.
Oh, cool.
Podcast on Mike's Herp Collectors Network.
Sweet. All right. Good for Jen.
Yep. And
Awesome.
RO. So this week it's RO. Last week it was Jen.
Awesome stuff. Look at that. There you go. Congrats.
I think I got that right. Did I get that right, RO? I think that's what the deal
Cool.
was.
Congrats. Ledka in the house. What's going on? Oh, Keisha again. Look at you. Coming a regular. How you doing? Hope all is well. Oh, there's Jason too. Yeah, Partho. It's the only thing that makes sense from that pairing, unless you put another male in or retain sperm. But to me, it sounds like a Partho. Let's see. Oh, there are two. Yeah.
Okay. RO says I did get it right.
Awesome. Awesome stuff. Oh, Jason's also asking of white snakes, so they can also get super fires.
True.
I
have a super asphalt Partho.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did that. You did get one. Billy the Great. Thanks for having us again, brother. Da, 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 da. I'm not Billy the Great. I'm just Billy. But I thank you. I do. I just love being able to share knowledge that I have over, my success as well as my failures. And like you've seen my YouTube for many, like 5 years, 6 years. You've seen where I was, where I've come, how I've transitioned, and how I keep growing, and what I've done. The good, the bad. I share, as much info as I can. And you get what you get. And I want people to see not only the great stuff, because there's so many great things in this industry and this hobby and about the business, but there's also, you can't go into this thinking, oh, nothing bad's going to happen. Right. When you breed animals, not only snakes, any type of animals, even human beings that breed, and have offspring, there's defects, there's problems, there's things that you need to be aware of. And that's one of the reasons why I like to be so real and raw, and tell you how it is. Like, if you're a breeder one, and I said this, and anyone can fucking argue it and show me and come at me, and I'd love to see it. If you are a breeder one, and that's one of the, one of the topics or demonstrations that I have on my Patreon, If you are a breeder one, I don't give a shit if you have 1,000 pairings a year and have 1,000 hatchlings, 1,000 actual viable clutches at 6 babies per clutch and have 6,000 babies. You will lose your fucking shirt. You will not make money. You will wish you were dead. You will pull your hair out, or if you don't have hair, you pull your skin off. Like it's not about quantity. It's not. And if you have breeder one animals and that's all you have, you are going to lose. Oh, but next year I got more. You got more fucking shit that's going to sink your ship. You have a ship that has water coming on, but next year you got more water coming on. You are going to sink. And I say that because I don't want to see people fucking fail. I've seen too many people waste time and money that none of us have enough of. And I've seen them over the years think that next year will be better. Oh, yeah, I mean, next year will be better. You're delusional. It doesn't get better. It gets fucking worse. And it multiplies by the number of more shitty animals you have. If you're trying to make a business out of this and trying to grow, you can't. And especially when you're making subpar animals, and I'm not trying to classify them because, and put monetary values on them, but that's what you're doing. You're making animals for the pet trade that's already oversaturated. You're going to have a tough time selling them, and now you got to feed them and take care of them because they're living creatures. Your space, your time, your money, everything goes up. You can't get out of it. You need to know that you're doing something wrong and fix it, and watch how it changes everything in a positive way. And I'm here to help people. I want people to learn from my mistakes, and I see other people's mistakes. I want to see people do well, and whatever I can do to do that is what I try to do. So
there's no way to scale an operation selling $100 snakes.
No, and anyone that tells you that they're doing well, they're full of shit because they don't understand costs, or they have no appreciation for their time. And trust.
This is even assuming they can sell the animals, which they can't. And so even if you sell the animals, and one night you and me and Kevin and Whitney from A Exotics got on a Zoom call, and we went through one of Kevin's ridiculously amazing spreadsheets, and we freaking tried to make that make money. And there's no way.
Yep.
It does not make money. You lose money.
Yep. And if you understand
a lot of money.
Yeah. If you understand costs and your time, and you put value to your time, which you should at some point, you lose. And the more you scale, the more you fucking lose. And some people are sitting there going, I don't understand. You need to understand. And the sooner you do, the sooner you make changes, the sooner this gets easier and better for you, and the scaling gets better. But that's another show.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, there it is. I'm not only the president, but I'm also a client. Yeah. So that's the one. Hair Club for Men. I'm not only the president, I'm also a client. Yeah, ironic because you're bald. Thanks for pointing it out, Leland. Fuck, man. Thank God I have people to help me out here, man, because I'd be so lost. Here I am fucking combing my hair. I don't even have any. Fuck, thanks, Leland. I'll sell my combs. It wasn't because of the hair. It was because of the saying. But I know you know that. I'm just fucking with you. Oh, yeah. Both females are visual G-stripes for the male. I hope you hit it, man. I really do.
Yeah.
Fucking G-stripe double het combos. Awesome. Awesome. Alan says, hey, guys. What's up, Alan? How are you? Let's see. The new dynamic duo. Well, thank you. So, Mission Morphs question. Had a female lay a slug on October the 2nd, which was basically 12 days ago. Then again on October 12th, which was 10 days later, which was 2 days ago. Still feeling around 6, palpating. If last shed was a true prelay shed, she is due October the 18th, which is 28 days. No swelling, like egg-bound, waiting to see. So I've had that where they will expel slugs. I've even had them expel an egg and then wait and, a week later, lay the rest of the clutch. So, don't start panicking. I mean, you're still, 4 days early from when they're supposed to. So just keep an eye on her and see what goes on. But it's good that she's passed those already, because that's a good sign that they're passing something through the cloaca. So, look at Scott.
You got time.
What's up, everyone? Nice to see Craig on here. Hope everyone's having a great start to their season. Awesome. Let me change the banner. Let me go ARS, of course. And where are we?
Got some good questions coming up.
Buds, what's going on?
Jeremy, how you doing?
He had there was the auction last night. How did it go? Does anyone know?
Someone put it in chat.
Awesome.
I missed it.
Okay, well, we'll get to it, I think. I hope. But
Yep.
I love Jeremy, man. It's awesome.
Just his attitude during this whole thing has been just amazing.
Yeah, and it's something to if you're ever in that situation, to try to hold it together and have the same sort of mindset and stuff as well. But
for those who may not know, his home got really damaged and his facility got really damaged, and he had to move before the second hurricane, to move a bunch to Jen Kate's place, and gosh, I just
it's a mission and a half.
Yeah.
I don't wish it upon anyone. Let's see. Here we go. Leland says it'll be interesting to see if they're super black pastel. I was warned about black pastel, so I cooked her slow and low 85, and she went over almost 2 weeks. And they're also hatching at day 62. So
what does the temperature have to do with black pastel?
Okay, so if you're trying to make supers, I could see it. If you're doing a black pastel to a black pastel, or a cine to cine, or a cine times black pastel, I can see how you can lower the temps. But if it's just a normal black pastel, I've had no issues. Like I breed black pastel and cinnamon like clockwork at 89.5. It's only when you're making those, they even said that with the caramel females. If you breed them at a lower temp, same thing with the what's the one that everybody loves, but it's a train wreck all the time. I should know because Andrew does it all the time. Has sandblast in it.
It's urban camo.
Urban camo, thank you. So so those type of ones that you don't have issues, if you incubate at a lower temp, I believe it helps. I'm not sure because I don't do them anymore because I'm just like, But
Panda Pies, same kind of thing.
Yeah. Morph Minded says a good eating ball is a good eating ball in any tub. I agree.
Truth.
So Ebony and Ivory, facts, Billy. I leave a female in a V18 till she's dang near 1,000. Yeah, but we can't share this information because we're bad people, and the animals need so much space and they need all this extra stuff, and they need all this enrichment. And if you feel that your animals need that, then by all means, please give them that. Okay. And I'm a breeding facility, and I'm not just sitting here breeding stuff to pump it out. I produce animals for myself and my collection. And I've been doing that for many, 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 many years. And whatever's left over is what I fucking sell. And, I'm at the point now where I don't even want to try to produce stuff to sell, you know, or you know, like I want to stop doing shows unless it's the big show. I don't want to make, I got a bunch of $300, $400, $600 animals I can sell off to quickly to make. I don't want to do that. Like, I want to have it where I don't even have an animal under $2,000 to sell. That's what I'd like to do, and I like to get there. And of course, I'll be making less, but you know, if you understand the cost and the time and everything else, that's where I'd like to go. But you know, I love this. You know, I like my animals to do what I believe they should be doing. And I don't base it on a tub size. I base it on that they're actually doing what they're doing. And if I move them to something that we think that they're supposed to be in, like, I don't know how it is in the wild, but I mean, if there's a bunch of them living in a certain termite mound, when they start growing and getting bigger, do they start renovating it and make bigger space, or do they excavate and look for a bigger space? I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure, but I go with what my animals are telling me, and it's not everyone, you know. Because if it is, I'd have a hell of a small breeding room, and I have a lot more small racks in my breeding room, right? But if they're not in the breeding room, they're not breeding, even if they're the size. You know, I want them eating and being comfortable, and then when they move over to the breeding rack in the breeding room in the breeding racks, they've got to continue to do the same thing that they were doing in my grow up. And if they're not breeding, because I'm not breeding an animal that is not constantly eating. Because one, it's stress on the animal. Two, what's it going to give me? Slugs? It's a waste of my time. I'm not going to get a viable clutch. And if I'm stressing her out, who's already not eating, it's definitely not going to make her eat. And I'm going to get nothing anyway. So why bother doing that process? That's just what I do. If other people want to do things differently, it's your collection. Do what you feel is best and most comfortable for your animals.
My theory on enrichment. Snakes want three things. Ball pythons want three things. They want to feel safe, and which can sometimes explain why putting them in a smaller tub makes them feed better. Second, they want to feed.
Yep.
Third, they want to breed. And this is observable. If you put them together, they'll do that. So they must want to.
Yep.
So that's the three steps to enrichment in my mind. They want to feel safe, they want to be able to feed, and they want to be, ideally, don't you think that it's better if they feel like they're in a food-rich environment?
I believe so, but
as opposed to feeling like they may only get a meal once every, month or something.
So it's hard to say because I just have a lot of experience with thousands of animals over 2 decades. But I've had thousands of animals for at least a decade. Right now I'm running over 2,000, and that's been probably half a decade, 5 years. So I do notice and see a lot of different things and pay attention to it, or they wouldn't be growing and breeding every year. And the same thing is a lot of people overfeed their snakes. A lot of people underfeed their snakes. I find that every 2 weeks is perfect for me, and I don't overfeed them big meals. That works for me. Other people do different things. There's different prey items that people can use. Just do what works best for you. And don't let someone on the internet tell you what the fuck is best for you. Try a bunch of things, compare it, and make your own fucking conclusion. It's that simple. Well, why do you use freedom breeder racks in your adult room? Oh, because I watched Justin Kabilka have it, and that's what I did. That's why. Have you tried it? No, I don't want to try anything else. Well, why not? Like, you got to leave your mind open to try different things, especially when there's different climates, regions, heights. There's different pressure systems that go through. Like here in Canada, we have snow. You're not getting snow. Well, shouldn't say you're not getting snow, but you can get snow. Some states are getting snow that they've never had snow. The world's going to shit, and so is Mother Nature. But there's some places that you can't do the same thing I do because, I'm trying to pump humidity in Texas and Arizona and some states, they're trying to pump the shit out. So you can't have wet cocoa to try to raise the humidity when yours is already too damn high. You got to do what works for you and where you're located and what do you feel is best for your own collection and your snakes. Wow, it's crazy. And then for someone to say, oh, you don't do it like I do, you're wrong. Like, who the fuck are you? Because if you ever listen to me, I always say, I don't care what you do for your snakes, but this is what I do. And I also try to give a reason why I do it, and I pick and choose what I feel is most comfortable and what I feel that makes the best sense for me and my snakes. And that's it. I don't do it because this person told me to, or, I like to observe and listen. Just like, let's try the water only substrate. Let's try it. I don't need to do that. I've been doing this for 20 years. It's fine. Cool. But something's new. Things change. We evolve, and I've done it. And I'm like, fuck, I wish I did this earlier. Like, I like the substrateless. It's so much easier. I can see right off where the water level's at. I'm just happy and I'm going to move forward. But I did it for a year. Guess what? I like it. I'm not going back. What happens if I did it and I didn't like it? The eggs keep getting wet. It's a pain in the ass. I'd go back to the way I've done it until something else new, or let me try sponges this time. So you need to try stuff for yourself, people, and do a small little sample section and observe and then make your own decisions. It's very easy. So, Kurt says, to piggyback on Craig, after being involved and informed by doing a chop, as long as you're willing to make the change in your collection, it will change your entire outlook on the hobby. Totally agree with that statement.
And and it doesn't even take a chop. And if those of you that are not in the Billy's Patreon, you can see an example of a chop on the Reptile Workshop episode 1. We do one for the public for you to see. But just this week, Kurt had some time. He said, Craig, send me over your collection and I want to try making pairings. So I did. I sent him my list of males and my list of females, not paired up, not grouped into projects, and just said, what would you do with them?
Oh,
and
wow.
So, yeah.
That's
and
cool.
So he sent me back the spreadsheet today and some really creative, interesting stuff. It's a great idea to do.
That is actually pretty cool. I like that because it not only, and so many people, they see like with blinders on, this has to go to this. It does. But if you take this now and you put this somewhere else and then this somewhere else, but then it's going to be a 3 to 5 year project. Yeah. And, and the thing what people don't look at is, pied has to go to pied. I don't think I put pied to pied unless it's something I really need or it's something I'm lacking. I'm trying to make doubles or triples or, get other genes in. Yes, I'm not making visual pieds year one, but, like what did I do with my monsoon breeder females? Fucking bred them. Now I got quads, combo quads. I got 2, 3, 4 gene hets or triple hets. Man, it sucks that I don't have a whole shitload of visual monsoons, but guess what? When I start making them, no one's going to have what the fuck I got. So, it's something you got to look at and analyze. And if I hit 4 monsoons and they're all Mojave or, yellow belly or something that I've already got tons of, what am I doing with them? I'm going to sell them. Now I put in other people's hands. It's not furthering my project. It just gives me more money, which I'm going to spend on more animals, but it's probably not going to give me the animals that I want or that. That's why I make stuff so that when I do hit stuff, man, I don't even want to sell it. That's what I want. And I'm going to be making stuff that not many other people can. But yes, it's a sacrifice and, odds aren't in my favor, but hey, it's what you got to do. And this is why I love Billy. He's a realist, so fuck off all you hee-haws. Yeah, I haven't made any donkey noises or farm animal shit in a while.
That's true. You really haven't.
So, when I'm when I'm going off and I'm really heated, when I'm going, you fucking donkeys, hee-haw. Like, wow. Yeah, man. Like, I watch some of my rants and I'm just like, holy fuck, am I a savage? Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I don't even know I'm doing it. I just go off, but I mean it. Like what I say and what comes out of my mouth and how it does is exactly my feelings and what I believe in. And wow, there's so many fucking donkeys. But hey, you know what? See where you are in 5 years. I know where I'll be. You know, that was a weak Billy rant. You can do better. Ben.
What's up, Ben?
Need a Billy rant meme in a sensei outfit. Fuck, what's this with the sensei?
I don't know.
Steve, no. Billy sensei, Billy bad boy sensei. It's not happening, okay, bro? Come on. Just fucking let it go already. Jesus. Oh, you guys are savages. Oh, sorry I'm late. Was in Scarborough having turkey dinner. Happy Thanksgiving and hello, chat. Hey, Paul. How you doing, brother? Hope all is well. Craig sounded like the Transformer movie.
Autobots.
There you go. Look at that. You got it right, Craig. Yeah, we came to that conclusion. Link for tonight. Y'all come over after this podcast. Is it tonight?
It is tonight.
Oh, cool. What time does it start? 9?
I'm not sure. I'm going to go look it up.
Yeah.
I'll put a link in the chat.
Yeah, do that. That'd be awesome. Let's see. Tripping balls. Is it worth holding back the really nice, vibrant examples of certain genes to try to line breed a higher quality gene? Or is it just that, or is that just going to be something more at random no matter what? I do like line breeding, and quality does matter. And you can see over time, and especially back in the day, the Orange Dream, the pastels, the stuff like that, that was currently being bred to as much stuff, whatever you could just to duplicate it, compared to the shit we have now, so much nicer. I've seen OD and I've seen OD. And one OD doesn't look like an OD. I'm like, you sure that's OD? Well, it came from this. I'm like, well, it has to be, but shitty quality. But it all depends on what your goal is. But for me, one of the reasons why I have a lot of hypo is because it makes the animals look fucking incredible, even as an adult. And I love it. And it's a recessive. And I want to incorporate that into a lot of the stuff that I have and make it even nicer, especially as the adult into adulthood. And when I see high quality genetics in hatchlings, I want to hold those back, right? So definitely hold the good stuff back. It's like anything, like even when you breed dogs, there's always the pick of the litter, and there's always ones that they're there. It's still a dog, but it's not as nice as the others. Well, those are the ones that get sold off, because the breeder wants to keep the best genetically looking and the biggest, out of nobody really takes the runt, So it's sort of the same thing here. I definitely would hold back the higher quality and breed that out. To make your lines even better. How about you, Craig? What do you think about that one?
I will say I've just recently been just struck with this conviction of only buying good examples of something. And not all hypo is the same, not all calico is the same, and I've been trying to buy both, and it's been very interesting. And I think there are, Billy's saying is always quality in, quality out. I don't know what it takes to actually line breed a better hypo, for example, but I know what it means to find a better hypo. And if you ask around, you'll quickly find out who has the best hypos, and you'll quickly find out who not to buy hypo from.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then they got that from quality. I mean, they just did, oh my God, look at this. Oh, wow, it's nicer than all the rest that I've ever made. No, there's a reason why they hit them. Quality makes quality.
I mean, sometimes you see hypos that are like, is that even hypo? I don't even know. Right.
Yep. So more Forge. Sorry to hear. Lost one of our bigger female breeders. She ate fine after laying. Was a huge girl already, but regurged on third meal and passed a week later. Egg bound, maybe a small slug. Well, if she was egg bound, so it says, hold on, lost one of our female breeders. She ate fine after laying, so she laid. So when I take my females off of the eggs, I always, when I wash them, I always go and I run my finger down the entire belly from about 60-70% where the gallbladder is, all the way down to make sure that there is no egg or an additional slug or something that didn't expel out of the female. And some of the bigger females, it's harder to see because when they're like a 1,800 gram, female when they lay, and they're like 900 to 1,000 grams, like you can, it looks like a deflated tire. Like you can see that there's, if there was a pea in there, you'd notice it. But on the bigger females, when they're very big and they have a lot of girth, you might not see a slug or an egg that was in there. But usually an egg-bound female, I've had eggs in a female myself, 50 some odd days. Others are 65, I think, or is it 75? After and they finally laid, or when they did expel them, they were disgusting. So only 3 weeks later, I'm not sure on that. There could be a lot of things that could happen. She could tear her inside of the lining when she lays the eggs, and then bacteria got in. I'm not really sure. Something like that you'd need a necropsy for in order to find out. But regurgitating, there's something wrong that made that animal regurge.
Here's his follow-up here.
Okay. So she felt clean and clear. Then if she felt clean and clear, then it probably wasn't something, probably, there's a lot of stuff that we don't know about these animals. You're going to start hearing stuff that's going to be coming out sooner than later. Sexual diseases in these animals. There's a lot of animals that we keep breeding multiple partners to the thing over and over and over. Lot of stuff that people are working on, and you're going to go, what the fuck? I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't know, parthenogenesis was possible. I didn't know androgenesis was possible. I didn't know about a lot of things that is possible nowadays. So there's so many people that are working on finding out about more of these animals, how they work, what's going on. And it could have a sexually transmitted disease that caused its death. It could have been overfed. It could have been underfed.
Organ failure.
Organ failures. There's so much that's going on internally with these animals, that we don't know about. And it's crazy when an animal's eating and breeding, showing no signs of anything wrong, and it's just dead one day. What the fuck? I can understand, hey, this one here regurged, 5 months ago and not really a good eater. And, she has a weird stool, and yeah, she looks like she had an RI. I can understand something going wrong with that because it's showing symptoms of illness of some sort. But it's the ones that blow me away where it's like, this fucking animal, I've raised it up since I hatched it. It's given me 3 clutches. It's never missed a meal. Why? It's a good question. I'm not really sure. So, like I said, there's a lot of stuff that we really need to find out and learn about with these awesome animals. So, so Ben says, oops,
Sorry, we both got it at the same time.
What if you're breeder 2, 3, 4, 5, but can't sell? Hold on. What if you're a breeder 2, 3, 4, 5?
This is going to when we were talking about breeder 1, breeder 2, breeder 3.
Yeah. So okay. So hold on. But you can't sell their stuff, and the breeder 1 is selling out. I'm selling high-end snakes. Sit for over a year. Yet 50 to 100 snakes sell like hotcakes.
So it's one thing to have revenue, and it's another thing to have profit. And so you can move some of these snakes. There, I mean, you talk to a lot of breeders that do lots of shows, like Bob Vu, and he'll say he always tries to bring some bells, for example, just for that reason. But what we're really saying is to try to breed $100 animals. Let me give you an example. My average cost per year to keep these animals is $147 per year. Per animal per year.
That's not including time. That's
not even including my time. That's just including depreciating my racks over 5 years. That includes all the feed for my rodents. That includes supplies, racking, everything. And labor, because I have labor help me with my rodents, so it does include some time. But that's $147 a year. So and the wholesale market isn't what it used to be. It's not like you can just make 1,000 animals and sell them if they're low-end animals. And so yes, you can theoretically, you could generate $100,000 worth of revenue if you bred 1,000 $100 snakes. The problem is your costs
and your time.
Yeah,
you're
so
losing
just
money.
Not to be pedantic, but like profit is revenue minus cost.
Yep.
And the cost and the cost of your time. Imagine what kind of rat operation you would need to have to make 1,000 hatchlings, anyway, you get it.
And I'd like to see, like, I don't know if $50 to $200 snakes are selling like hotcakes.
Depends on the show. It depends on the venue.
But the way I look at it is, if you're selling, say, on an average $100 snake, okay, and I sell a $2,000 snake, that means you need 20 snakes. So I've got to post one pick. I've got to feed one animal. I need one tub. My time is 15 minutes a week. Now multiply that by 20 for your 20 animals.
Yep.
Okay. Everything's 20 times the amount. 20 picks, 20 this, 20 spaces, 20. Wow. I mean, now you're spending 15 times 20. What's that? My brain.
20 times 20, 400.
15 times 20. No, 15 minutes per week per animal. And there's 20 animals. So for 5 hours, I believe it works out to. So now so for me, I spend 15 minutes a week on one animal. Times that by 20. Now you're 5 hours. So now you got 5 hours. You need 20 spaces, the amount of cocoa, the amount of time, wow. All I got to do is sell one animal for $2,000. And I do that in, 15 minutes a week, where you got 5 hours. Now you start including 5 hours at a $20 an hour labor. Okay. Now that's $100 a week. It takes you 2 months to sell them. Well, there's $800 out of that profit. I mean, it's crazy.
That's right.
It's a lot. And if you look at it and break it down, and I've said this before, I would rather have one snake sit in my rack for 6 months that costs me $200 in food and cost and time, than having these $100 snakes times 20. That's five, like, and having them sit in my rack for 6 months because they just for some reason didn't sell out. Holy fuck! Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if I sold them for cost, I'm losing money. And you know, if you want to breed and make $50 to $200 snakes, so be it. I want to be as far as hell away from that product as possible. I don't know what Morph Market looks like now. We have time to just do a little thing. Let me just see.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to go onto his next message here. Follow up. What if the breeder? This is basically you just answered. What if the 2 to 10 breeder can't sell stuff? I'm seeing high dollar stuff sit for over a year, yet breeder 0.1s are selling like hotcakes. Well, I think what you're seeing is people staking out their price, and they're daring people to bid some of these prices on Morph Market. They're on the fence as to whether or not it's a holdback. If they don't sell it, they're happy to keep it. But if they were to sell it, this is the price they get, and this is the price they want. And that's often what you see on Morph Market for high dollar animals that stay listed for a year.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. So all these breeder one are selling like hotcakes. I'd like to see stats on that. But where was I going?
It's the backlog. You were going to talk about the backlog.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go look. Yeah. But another thing too is who's buying. I don't know anybody on my Patreon or on anybody's Patreon or anybody that's doing this that wants to turn this into a business are buying $50 to $200 snakes. So you've just lost, I don't know, everybody that wants to breed, anybody that has a name or a logo. No one's buying $50 to $200 snakes. And if you are, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're never going to grow your business. So,
by the way, Ben has a great collection.
So you're selling pet snakes. So pet people.
Yeah.
How many pet people? So you breed all these animals. Are they coming and buying 5 or 10 like hotcakes every month, every year? No, they're going to buy 3 or 4, and then that customer's gone for life. And then when they start getting on a Patreon or understanding how to do it, they're like, oh, fuck these $200 snakes. I'm doing it wrong, which I hear every single day, 50 times a day. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. I need to buy higher end stuff to produce higher end stuff. Yes. So you're going to have a one and done customer base. You know, I don't want a one and done customer base. I don't want to sell you a $200 animal. I want to talk you into a better animal so that you, especially if your goal is to breed, if that makes sense. But if I go to here right now, let me see if I can do this. Share screen.
Yep.
Let's see if this pops up. Morph Market. We still good? Yeah, you see it?
Yep.
So no, Morph Market here. Let me go to ball pythons. So there's 39,000. You see my mouse moving? Around the 39,000?
Yep.
Okay. That's ball pythons. So 40,000 ball pythons, right? So let's go price. Okay. So let's do
500.
We'll do 500. Okay. So 27,000 out of the 39. So we're talking 65% of the ball pythons. Okay. Well, if they're flying like hotcakes, why is there 7,000 of them? Okay. Now let me change this. Okay. From 1,000 up. Okay. 1,000 up. Okay. So now 1,000 up. We only have 6,770. Still a lot, but it's not really compared to 27,000. Because, you know, and then if I do where I like to be, 5,000 and up, okay, there's only 703. And I've sold many this year over 10,000. So what's this? If I could produce only $10,000 snakes, okay, there's only 182. I'd love to be, you know, people shopping. There's only me and 182 other animals. I like to be here. There's me right here. There's a couple right here. Only ones in the world for sale. Actually, I just sold this one, the $11,000 one. I just sold it.
Oh, look, you're getting inquires too. You're getting ivory leopard clown for 10,000 because it's the 10,000 is including the inquires. But yeah, so it's really probably just these top ones that are 10,000 and up.
No, there's a few.
Okay.
Oh, the
Oh yeah. Oh
inquirers.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
See what I mean?
Okay.
Like there's an ivory leopard clown that's not a $10,000 animal.
But I think if it's inquired, 182, I think basically they go on because I guess I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that might be, but yeah, I mean, I sold this animal here. Okay.
Yeah.
So that animal, no one else has leopard quad hets for sale. Okay. It's monsoon, hypo, ultramel pied. You'd have to sell, what's that, 1,100? No, for 100. 110? Is that right? 110 at 100? To make the same amount of money as I did this one?
Yeah.
So 110 animals, you'd need 1.5 racks of ARS to house them. You would need to feed them for at least 2 months. You know, so $4,000 in racking. You would need 100. What's it cost? You know, if you're feeding, $5 a week. I mean, a month. If you're feeding fuzzies, $1 a piece, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 times. So you're spending, $500, $600 a week. Sorry, a month just on feeding those for 2 months. There's 1,200 lost, right? So you're already taking 11,000 minus 1,200 if you sold them all within that amount of time. Okay, the amount of work, pictures, like wow, I'd rather just have this one and sell it. But you see what I'm saying? 182 over 10,000. When you bring this down to 5,000, it comes down to 703. You bring it to 500, okay? You got from 500, sorry. 0 to 500.
There you go.
Okay, 27,000. Well, if they're selling like hotcakes, how come there's 27,000? Let me break this down to 200. 11,000 of those are under $200. I mean, there's no fucking way in hell I'll ever buy, a het clown male or a het clown female.
Jason has the perfect point here. Let those $200 snakes be your odds failures. Your misses are what those are. And that's exactly right. And by the way, it's not just about the price point. That's the problem. The problem is the mentality that asks the question of the person who thinks they could do 1,000 hatchlings and make, $100,000. The mentality is how little can I invest and still get all this money back? And it's an argument against constant capital infusion into your collection, which is what's required to stay ahead of your customers. Forget staying ahead of the market. Just try to stay ahead of your customers who want to move forward. And so the argument that says, oh, I could go out and make 1,000 normals and sell them for $100 each, as if you could, but let's sell $100 each, then I'd have $100,000. You wouldn't. But not only that, you'd be screwed because what about next year? You're going to breed the same ones and do $100 snakes next year? What if they're only worth 50 next year? It's a flawed. It's a what? How little can I do? That's what the
and where's your excitement? Where's your growth coming from? Where is your, oh my God, like I want to cut clutches that I make something that I've been chasing for years that adds value to my collection. I don't want to hatch $100 animals or fucking $200 animals. Like I really don't. And the amount of time, and here's another thing.
But if you're reaching for double hets, sorry to interrupt, but if you're reaching for double hets or you're reaching for double and triple recessives, you are going to create some of these animals as a byproduct. It's just not your goal.
Yeah. And here's the thing. When I sell animals 2,000-3,000 and up, They're going to people that know how to care for them, have the racks. It's an investment animal. It's going into a project. They know what they're doing because they're investing in that animal. I hardly hear from them. Somebody who buys a $50 snake at an expo, when was it born? It's not eating. What was the thing? I got to spend 4 hours telling them that it shouldn't be in a 500 fucking gallon tank with a screen lid with no heat. Oh, but I gotta buy a heat pad and a thermostat. Oh my God, that's $300. That's more than the snake. Well, fuck yeah. They don't realize what they're doing. So if you want to spend hours and hours and hours per every one of those 100 customers, and I'm telling you, you will. I know that for a fact. I've been doing this for 25 years. And the higher end customer that invest in a snake knows what they're doing, have the right, setups. Your time that goes into that animal, even after the sale, is minimal. I mean, if you're
80-20 rule.
It really is. It really is. But, if you're happy, breeding $100 animals together to produce $50 to $100, $200 snakes, and it's working for you, who the fuck am I to tell you? But if you understand what cost is, you're losing money. You cannot substantiate breeding a $100 male to a $100 female, even if you get eight egg clutches. The amount of cost, infrastructure, time, cost to feed, to house, to bed, to do everything, you're losing money. You're losing money. The longer those snakes stay, you're losing even fucking more. Like, race to the bottom. Here you go. Like, it really is. And where's the value in you doing this? So you're a production. You want to do this? You want to get into this industry just to produce animals, to sell everything you make, to make a profit? Sure, if that's your game, cool. I fucking want to stay as far away from that. I make animals and I buy animals and I hold back animals to make better stuff and chase odds and creations and, hard work paying off. And when I miss, I have stuff to sell to the consumer. And the better and higher end my stuff is, the better odds for me. And I'm happy where I'm at. And I think most people, if they understand what I'm talking about and get into that, or at least head that way, holy shit, what a big difference. I work less. I have less mouths to feed. I have more space. I have more time, and I'm making probably more money because my costs are lower. And if you understand that, you're going to do well. Did I miss anything, Craig?
No, that's great.
I mean, I'm trying to be as basic as possible, but you got to understand that.
It's one thing to make the case we just made. It's another thing to compare that to higher end snakes and look at those same costs apply to animals that sell multiples in value, because the cost is the same for a monsoon pied as it is for a banana pied. The cost for handling and caring for and breeding
the time you spend on that animal is the exact same.
It's the same.
Same space, same time, same food costs, same everything. Different outcome.
Yep.
Huge.
Different investment for sure. Different investment 100%. For sure.
Right. Let's see. Oh, 12K for Jeremy. Fucking awesome.
That's
Congrats,
great.
Man. That's amazing. Definitely an awesome family. I love the guy. He's amazing.
There's also GoFundMe somewhere. I don't have the link to it, but there's a GoFundMe also.
Awesome. Let's see. So let's see. I'm just trying to catch up. So if you look at the average price point on what's selling the best for you, it seems like 100 to 300 are flying out here. 500 over are sitting. Okay, but the people that are buying those animals are not investing. They're not business. They're pet people. So if somebody can show me a customer that buys $200 snakes, anything up to $200 snakes, and have bought more than 20 from you over the last 10 years, I'd love to see them. I'd love to see their mentality. Or, oh, I have a guy that's buying, if he's not a wholesaler or a flipper, what kind of pet person or customer, if somebody can produce 1,000, not even, let's say 500, because that's what I produce. I produce more. I produce about 1,500 animals a year. Half of them, almost half of them I keep. I hold back. I think this year I kept back about 400, 500. So, because my process is thought and I'm slimming down, but tell me somebody that produces 500 animals, 200 or less, and sells them all to the consumer. And where's this customer base? They're probably doing 40 fucking shows a year, all that extra cost. Like, I don't know. I can't see it. And one of the reasons why, I'm not selling to the US, but I have probably 300 animals that if somebody offered me $100 each, I would bag them all up. And most of them are $500, $600, $700, and I can't sell them. So if they're flying off the shelf, cool, good for you. Here they're not,
It's also pretty regional too. There's but it depends on which pond you're fishing in, which customer you're going after.
100%. I'm just trying to Chondro Corner episode 2. So I'm going to put this up. We'll still go for a little bit longer. I want to get to some of the, I'll take that off. But, yeah, I'm happy to have Craig on here. It's just awesome because I just love everything you do. And it's great because, you have a different perspective from where I'm at because you're new and up and coming and you've got a great, eye and the thought process that goes into the way you put your content out or your responses out is different from mine. And it's great to bounce back and forth. And it's great, man. This is the second one in and I'm already happy and loving it.
I'm glad. Me too.
I just hope next week you don't wear the exotic hat because it's like, come on. Are they paying you?
Was that twice in a row now that I've worn the exotic hat?
Just saying.
You know what happened at Tinley? I got one of the coveted Bomb Projects hats.
I got one too.
I lost it. I kept it under someone's table with some t-shirts and I went back for it and the t-shirts were there. The insane hat was not there.
Okay, so where
Devastation.
am I? I'm just trying to get caught up. No Limits in the house. What's up?
Hey, man.
CJC. What's up? Okay, yeah. So Luke just put a point up that makes sense too. At a show, at the show in Iowa, there's really no snakes that sell over 800. Yeah. So if I'm doing an expo, right, or most people, I am not going to go to an expo and buy a $4,000 snake. I'm contacting the breeder, and I'm going to get that animal. And here's the thing. I have waiting list, and here's something that should come into play. I have never had someone call me and say, "Hey, Billy, if you produce this $200 snake, can you put me on a waiting list? I'll put a deposit down." I've had many people even put deposits down on shit when I just had a pairing. I have a waiting list on certain animals. And they're not $200 or less. They're $5,000 and up. And 9 times out of 10, I call somebody up and say, "Hey," and I just had one. I had an animal that I know somebody was looking for, and they're like, I've been looking for this fucking animal, and I can't find one. If you ever come across one, I'm like, cool. Well, I made one. Call them up. I'm like, $11,000. You get your Patreon discount. Done. Fucking sold. Cool. And I have another animal and another animal and another animal. If I have, or I decide to sell, they would scoop that up in a heartbeat. I don't have people on waiting lists for fucking $200 snakes. Just another thing, people reach out and say, "Hey, there's stuff that I'm trying to go after that people want." And I've never had somebody put on hold a $200 animal. Like, please, when you make one, can you? No, because you know what? They can go and get one the same day because there's 5,000 of every one on well, not 5,000, but there's hundreds of every one on Morph Market. So just another thing.
But he's got a point here. I mean, Luke's got a point that expos, most expos, especially the smaller ones, are not where you're going to sell your high dollar animals for sure. Yeah. I mean, that's just facts. And
yeah, but it's a good point too, because, you know, but my thing is I make my snakes that are 800 or less because I missed what I'm trying to go for.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So if you went and, like, I think you pointed it, if your headset is, well, you know, your mindset is, well, I can't sell snakes over 500, so I'm just going to breed to make snakes under 200 because they sell fast. You're fucking going to lose. I can guarantee you that when you factor in time and cost and space, you're losing money. And
you're not moving your collection forward.
And that's key. That's key. And here, you know, Gerald, I'd much rather have 40 snakes than 200 snakes in every scenario, to be honest. Totally agree. I know somebody, okay, that probably has, I'd say 40 to 50 snakes, and they make probably $750,000 with those snakes a year.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And here I am. I'm like, whoa. But, you know, they've invested a lot. And
it's hard to keep a collection that small too. They're being really picky on their holdbacks. They're being really picky on their acquisitions.
But not only that, the funny thing is I'll get a phone call. Hey, Billy, I got a 5-gene Lav Clown fucking breeder female. I got a, Orange Dream Enchi Yellow Belly Clown Pied proven breeder. Gave me 12 eggs. I need to move her. Like, what the fuck? Oh, because I got that's het fucking, het something else, in her place. Like, what the fuck? Like, just next level. And I'm jealous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he just makes phone calls to certain people. He don't need to sell those animals on Morph Market. You know, he just calls up certain people and we eat it up like it's fucking crack. You know what I mean? Well, you don't eat crack, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, or do you eat crack? I don't know, but whatever.
I confess I'm weak on my crack
game
knowledge. My crack game is weak.
Yeah. But at any rate, yeah, I'm just like, wow, like, this guy's offering breeder fucking animals that people are calling me wishing to buy as hatchlings. There's many people at different levels in this game. And if you're happy and content, with doing, that I can't fathom it. Like, I just really can't, like, especially me not forwarding my collection any. Like, I don't want to cut it and go, yeah, another fucking pastel. Cool. I can sell that for $50. Woohoo! You're not going to see no fucking Billy dance. Oh my God, is that a fucking lemon blast? Fuck, I can get 80 for this one. Whoa! Fucking yeah. Cool. After I spend fucking $30, $40 in feeding it and then going to an expo and selling it and selling the table and the displays. Holy fuck, I've lost $20 on every animal. Wow, this is great. People don't understand cost and fact. Oh, but it didn't cost me anything. Gas, time, food, displays, banners, fucking table costs. People don't
we like to
compartmentalize,
hotels,
but they don't get that. They just figured out, I sold 5 snakes and I made $800. It cost you $1,100 for that 800. You lost 300, you moron. No, I didn't. Okay. Oh, it's okay. You keep doing that and seeing where you're gonna go.
Billy rant.
It is a Billy rant. You try to make 6 figures a year. I'd like to see someone selling $200 fucking snakes and making 6 figures a year. Hell, try to hit 7 figures. I'd be impressed if someone could actually physically make 6 fucking figures a year selling $200 snakes or less. I'd love to see it. And then I love to see the cost behind it. Wow.
Chad is really going tonight.
I sold 4 fucking snakes, in the last 6 months, and I made $100K on 4 fucking snakes. 4 fucking snakes, $100K. Okay. You'd have to sell 1,000 1,000 fucking $100 snakes to make the same amount of money. Am I right on the math?
You're right on the math.
1,000. Do you know what it takes to hold 1,000 fucking snakes? I do, because I've got fucking 2 rooms with 1,000 in each. And then I got another one with 800. So I know what it costs. The time, the labor, the fucking food. Wow. I'm telling you, you don't want to be the fucking guy selling $100 to $200 snakes. Or that's your end game, because they sell fast. Yeah. Add your costs up, your time. If you value your time and you value and you understand your cost, you're not making fucking money. You're not making money. You're losing. And I can tell you that for a fact. Okay. Plus, where's your collection going? Right? I don't know anybody in this industry that wants to be a business or breed to buying $200 snakes or less. I just don't know any. I don't.
It's because the markets for these animals don't scale. You'd have to go to every expo in the country. You'd have to send teams out to every expo in the country to be able to, either country, your country or mine, in order to sell that many animals like that.
Wow. And your cost, like I sold 4 animals, $100K. You got to sell 1,000. Put them at $200 animals. So now you have to sell 500. Well, shit, that's what? That would be 6 ARS racks. Maybe 7. Yeah, it'd be 7. 7 times 70 is 490, right? Because if you go 70 high, a 1065 plus the next level. But then somebody that's only making $200 snakes wouldn't have probably the capital to house or to afford to buy 7 ARS racks. So they're probably malamine, so whatever. But in order to make 1,000 animals for sale at 6, you would have to have 140 pairings at 6, roughly. 140 pairings.
Yeah.
Which means you would have to have 140 females, and probably to run those 140 females, 25 males. You'd have to hit them at the right time. Hopefully you'd have an incubator. I mean, the incubator space you would need.
Yeah, crazy.
Like the infrastructure alone is probably 20, 30 fucking $1,000. There's no way I'm investing 20, 30 grand to make $200 fucking snakes and put all my time and effort in, because you don't even know what it takes to run 1,000 fucking animals, to clean, to house, to feed, wow. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, we're talking nonsense here. I can't do it anymore. We got to move on. It's driving me here. Wow.
And apologies to chat. We're not going to nearly catch up today. Chat's been crazy good.
Is it good? Okay.
Yeah, chat's really great today.
Sorry, I'm going off, but I mean, I people really need to understand. Like, congratulations, Nick. Fucking awesome.
It's the reason why we're so passionate about this is because new breeders, when they get in, buy these kinds of animals
and realize they made a mistake.
And it's a painful mistake. It costs time. It costs money, blood, sweat, and tears that you never get back. And they realize, usually too late, that they've bought a collection that can't move them forward.
I said this earlier, but H&H nailed it on the head. They can be a headache. They're putting a hatchling in 40-gallon or 400-gallon or 5,000-gallon or, it needs heat. Oh, but I heard it. That's crazy. And then they don't want to get, they don't want to get the proper equipment, because, in order to set up a proper enclosure for a ball python, you're spending more than the fucking $200 snake, so. There you go. Know your audience. Fucking right, Jason.
Yeah.
So I've actually had it where, I mean, not so much now, but like last year, the year before, I got an expo to go do in 2 weeks. Fuck, the week before, the week of the show, like, hey, we got to do a show, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I do 45,000 in sales. And then I got to go do a fuck. I just made 45 grand just on the phone, talking to 2 people and taking a picture or 2 and, putting them on the next shipment to the US. Wow. Do I really want to go and fucking wake up early and do all this stuff, do a show? To go make an extra 3 grand or 4K or whatever it is. I do it anyways because I actually enjoy it and meeting people. But when you have 30 or 40K coming in, do you really want to do a show? You have to do a show when you don't got 30 or 40K coming in, because that's the only way you can sell these $200 animals. You got to put yourself in a better position. And believe me, it happens. Oh, that won't happen. It does happen. So, let's see. Here we go. Jason gets, another one. Facts. Got to know your environment.
And also, but you got to strive for the next environment. You got to know your current environment,
Yep.
but you got to be moving forward to get to your next environment too.
So, I have I just that's what I hate when I try to read the comment. I had something I was going to talk about, and then I read the comment. Now I'm like, no, it's not that. It's me reading the comment. I'm like, where was I going with this? I don't even know. Fucking Billy. Oh, okay, yeah, this is what I was saying. You know how many people, when I buy a snake off of them, I'm like, holy fuck, I can't believe I sold you a snake, Billy. Wow, oh my God. I've sold animals to Miguel, to Justin, to some of the big breeders in the world. It's amazing. Wow, I made something that they want. It's an incredible feat. I can guarantee you, I would bet my entire fucking collection, everything I own, okay, none of these big breeders in the world that everybody looks up to will ever buy a $200 fucking snake. I can guarantee that. So if you want to keep being up and coming and start posting, like, if I'm looking at someone posting animals that are just $200 and less on their feed, I probably won't even follow you because you got no goals, or you don't want to I don't want to see someone crash and burn. I want to see someone, and I just had a phone call with someone earlier, and I was looking, and they finally went out and got Freedom Breeder racks. And they're like, holy shit, what a difference. Man, I didn't know what the big deal was. Now I do. Holy fuck. And I'm like, man, congratulations. We talked for about an hour and a half today. And he's like, dude, like, wow, I mean, what a big difference. Not only do I feel the snakes are doing better, it just motivates me to want more. Yes, you can't do that buying selling $200 snakes, because you just can't,
The capital investment would be out of whack with that
you
sales
can't.
profile. Yeah.
But I mean, if you think you're doing well, then don't let me tell you differently. But I can guarantee you're not doing 6 fucking figures a year, not alone 7. You're not even doing 6 figures selling $200 snakes unless, your infrastructure would be fucking as big, if not bigger than mine, and you'd be losing your shirt like crazy. It would cost you $150,000 to make $100,000. All those phone calls and sales and trips, and wow, you probably wouldn't even get your original investment back the very first year. I don't know. Bugs me.
In through the nose, out
I know.
through the mouth.
A little heated, but what's going on? LT in the
nose,
house.
out through the cloaca.
Out of the cloaca. So, look at this.
Yeah, man, come visit.
Love the new MCMC layout. I really like how you guys bounce ideas off each other. It seems to be working well. I think so. That's awesome. See that? We're getting some love, Craig.
Good.
And even if they didn't, I don't give a fuck. It's my channel, my content, my co-host. Fuck off.
MC.
Yeah, there you go. But no, I'm glad. I mean, I've said this.
Well, I sort of represent the up and comers, the ones that are struggling to break through to the next level, and you sort of represent what we all wish we could become. And so there's a balance here. There's so I hope I'm providing that. That's the goal.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's great to, like I said, to bounce ideas off of and actually look at stuff and help me with the chat. And it's good to have someone on to chat instead of just looking at myself screaming at the fucking camera all the time, right? And missing shit. So it's cool, right? But no, I'm glad that you came on. And I think it's great, and it's great that people watching are enjoying it as well, and it's awesome, right?
Yep.
Oh my God, Banna. Banna.
That's where my KG hat went.
Oh my God, Banna with
Oh,
the
you
jokes.
kill me. Sometimes, man.
Oh shit.
She's just
Oh,
nails it.
My God. So I'm just trying to get on, just trying to flip through. Blue Zombie, what's going on? Just trying to give shout outs to people.
That's Vance. Good to see Vance.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
I'm in the process of selling breeder females 2 to 3 at a time and replacing with one less with more power. I'm doing the same thing.
And so is the guy with 40 snakes that's doing 6 figures a year.
Yep.
Constantly having to replace the ones that are weaker.
Yep. And that's the thing, right? And I've done things differently because the way that the market was, and I've grown linear and holding stuff back. So I've got quality and high end shit, and then I've got medium, and then I got stuff that's like, why the fuck do I even have this here? But it's always because I've had a little bit of this and mixing and matching, and it's never wrong to have the odd little animal that is weak, but it has 1 or 2 genes that you don't have that you need to put in, and so. It's definitely a smarter idea, and I'm even looking at the same shit. Look
at this next one. Jason's not wrong.
Where's that one? Oh,
2,800 snakes. I think you need a chop, Billy.
You're
doing a chop.
I am doing my own chop. I am. So, yeah, I moved. Let's see. In the last 2 weeks, I've moved 55 breeder females and males. So I got another 100 I want to get rid of. So,
Yep.
But
More Ford just got a good one here to put a button on that. There's zero argument for $1,100 snakes. There is an argument for buying what you can afford and moving up slowly. Hardly for 90% of the population to pay their rent, much less 10K snakes.
Correct. But the thing is the people that are buying 10K snakes are people investing in their business, right? So,
right. It's a different customer.
And like Jason said, know your target audience. I don't want to sell at my stage of the game anymore, people their first $100 snake, because I don't have the time to get on their call and see why they're not eating and spend, because I do that. And I'm not going to just sit there and go, hey, it's $100. Fuck you. You got what you paid for. I'm sitting there looking at their enclosure. I'm trying to get them. I've even had them bring it over, and I put the heat panel on and set up their, it takes a lot. It's not worth the $100 sale, right? But I'm not going to sell something to somebody and have them struggle. But the amount of time I put into that $100 that $100 sale, I lose money. Okay. If I don't know how many breeders are on Morph Market right now, does it even show? Let me just.
If you do adult, I don't know. There's no like filter.
No, but I'm talking about breeders, like actual people that have a logo.
Thousands.
I can almost guarantee you. Okay, know your audience. Those 200 fucking people that have a logo that pay for a Morph Market account are not going to buy a $200 fucking animal from you. Okay, so like in my holdbacks right now, okay, if I went with my holdbacks and the stuff that I don't want to sell and I put them on for sale, I would probably put $500,000 in my bank account by the end of fucking this month. I don't want to sell them. Oh, who's buying that? You'd be very surprised. Lots of people, right? The thing is if I sell that to make money and put $500,000 in my bank, my future's gone. Okay. What am I striving to hit when I don't have anything amazing? I'm going to make the same shit I just did or hope to produce the same shit I did last year. That's not what I do this for. You know? But the amount of people, and I understand the economy's rough. Like we're all feeling it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, a few years ago, I did like 1.6. Now I don't even know if I'm going to do 1 million this year. You know? Big difference when you lose 700,000-800,000 in sales. It's a big difference, right? So we're all feeling it.
To John's point, though, don't hear anybody saying you need to be putting yourself in financial peril to pursue your ball python.
Not at all.
This is not we're arguing against a hypothetical person who believes that
the mindset. Yeah.
It's the mindset. It's the hypothetical person who believes that $200 snakes is their lane. And this is not a mindset that works. You know, it's not something you can build on year after year. It's not. And so we're just trying to lay out realistic expectations for people who are getting into this thinking they can print money on low-end animals.
Yeah, and what they do is like, wow, I made 10 clutches and I had 50 animals and they flew out the door. I'm going to make, 300 of them. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And the thing is, they're going to scale on that premise and realize that they fucked themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, hey, guess what? $100 and $200 snakes, you might sell 20 a week, right? That's great. But I'm selling 1 or 2 animals a week and I'm making twice as much as you. It's numbers, And
it takes capital to make capital. Absolutely true. But I don't remember who said it. I think it was Leland or John Morforge, but it was, there is an argument to be made for building up slowly, and you can make your own holdbacks. There's an equation between cash. You have cash, you can buy someone else's holdbacks. Otherwise, you need time, and you make your own holdbacks. If you don't have cash, you use time. And if you do have cash, you can cut time.
Correct. And if you have knowledge and know what you're doing, it's a lethal combo.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, this is right. CJC. I bought what I could afford at the time, but now with my new job, I can finally afford the snakes I really want. Right. Sometimes it's factors outside of the hobby that can move you forward.
Yeah,
a new job.
And not only that, you also now with what you bought at the beginning, you've learned about it. You've now, wow, I really like this, or I bred, I can do this. I've got proof of concept, so I can actually buy a snake, raise it up, breed it, and be successful with babies. And now I can go and invest because I can do this. I don't feel like, am I wasting all this money? I bought a $3,000 snake. I don't know what happens if something happens. That'll go away. But because, I've done that. I was afraid to buy a $3,000 snake. And then I was afraid to buy a $8,000. And then when I started buying $15,000 and $20,000, $30,000 snakes, oh my God, it's a lot easier because I know what to do. I've done it. I know it works. I invest in here, raise it up, breed it to these animals, hold stuff back, and it works. So what was that with Leland?
He said, I agree, Billy. I want more. I want no more than 40 breeders and work up to 1,000 a snake, and I'll be happy for now. Yeah. For
100%.
now.
Yeah.
That's right. And here's what Erica said. I think the worst cost is the 30,000 animals doing nothing. Our local rescue.
$30,000 snakes.
No, I think she's talking about the 30,000 animals on Morph Market that we were talking about.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Our local rescue is up to more than 100 mostly normal balls and another 30 plus normal berms. I think that's another question I think we need to ask. Does this pairing need to happen?
Yeah.
Should I, just because I can doesn't mean I should.
Correct. And I do believe that's great for someone figuring out or trying it for the first time. And I see that. So when you make $200, $300 snakes or whatever, wow, you got proof of concept. But now let's scale that times 10. And now let's make, 10 times, let's make 60 more babies. That doesn't make sense. And why would you do it? You've got the proof of concept. You've got it. Now invest in those animals to make better stuff, not only for you to hold back, but for sale, and less of the pet quality animals that are already saturated, not only on Morph Market, that are in these rescues and other places, sitting in pet shops, et cetera, et cetera.
Charlie says, actually, this is what I can afford holds a lot of us back, which, of course, it holds everybody back to some degree. You dump more money in rather than save up. 40 times 200 snakes later and was 24K. You could have, that's exactly right. It's the opportunity cost.
This
you
is
could have
breeder
2.4.
This is breeder 1 mentality to breeder 3.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah. It's discipline. It's what that is. It's discipline to say, you know what? I'm going to save up. I'm going to buy slower. And I'm going to save up, and I'm going to save up to a certain level and buy slower instead of buying 40 snakes that I can afford, save up till I can afford 2.4 great ones.
What's up, Mike? Reaper in the house as well. Look at that, eh? It's good, man. We're actually going a little longer than normal. We'll give it 3 more minutes.
Okay.
We'll give it 3 more minutes. Wow, we're going half an hour. It doesn't even seem time's flying by, which is cool.
Yeah, man.
Love this shirt.
Right?
Let's see. Let's see. So we're all caught up. So Dakota, I might be. I don't know if I'm going to vend, but if it is, it's my last show. I don't know yet. I'll figure that out tomorrow. But I'll be walking around in the morning regardless. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you. We're trying. George, Thornwild Royal. Sup, guys? Yes, the wife and I invested $40,000 last year in 24 snakes to build our base over the next 5 years. And on the 5th year, we should be hitting some fucking bangers. Yes, you should. And then from there, you hold stuff back. And then that is your next stuff. So, and people don't understand scale. So if you have, say, 10 females and you're breeding, and you hold back one of those 10 breeder females, okay? No, sorry, you hold back one female from that pairing. In year 3 or 2 years after, so you got your original 10, you breed the original 10 the second year, and third year, you should have the 10 and the 10 holdbacks. So now you got 20. You just doubled your output. And those other 10 snakes that are now breeding size should be more valuable and better genetics than your previous 10. So now you scale, and then you hold one back, and then 2 years later, now you have 40. You started with 10, then you go to 20. 2 years later, you go to 40, and you scale that way. And if you're selling stuff off and buying more or investing, you keep scaling. And if you're buying higher end stuff and you're producing quality over the quantity, when you start adding quality with the quantity, you really see the exponential growth and what you can do. And it's crazy. But you got to know costs.
What George is talking about here is spending an average of $1,700 per snake. And I guarantee you, just right out of the gate, you're going to have better stuff than 70% of what was at Tinley last week. You know, you'll be better than 70% of the tables there. There were a lot of tables with $200-$300 animals, a lot.
Yeah. I mean, don't know.
Yep.
So, but no, it's crazy. But like always, guys, we appreciate you coming on and hanging with us. And always thank you for the love and support. And I hope you guys have an amazing week. And once again, happy Thanksgiving to all my Canadians. And we'll do the outro song and call it a night. But I think it was another good episode. And I'm so happy to have you on here, Craig.
Thank you, Billy. It's fun.
Awesome. It is.
We had great participation tonight from chat. It's great.
Yeah, which is amazing. And I appreciate all of you. And, you know, like I come
Let's
across
do it again next week.
so heated because I see so many people doing this and having this false belief. And it's like they set their whole business just doing this premise. And then they're like, fuck, I just wasted 3 years. Yes, you did. And you know why? Because I've mentored hundreds of people and I've seen them and they're wondering why they're not scaling or why they're not growing. And oh my God, they're a slave to these 1,000 animals or 500 animals that aren't selling or, you know, or the money's not there. It's like, oh man, I do this all my time and I'm only making like a couple grand a month. Yeah, because you're only selling 10 to 15, 20 animals a month at 100 to 200. You've got to understand this process. And if you do, you're going to be so much happier with your time, your costs, and what you create and have for sale, as well as growing up in your collection that you've made to keep going this and scaling higher. Like, I don't know how, you know, if you haven't watched my Breeder 1, 2, 3 and understand it, then you know,
game changer.
It is. And you know, I want to see people do well, not waste time and money on a false hope. Well, next year it'll be better because I got 10 more females. No, that's going to fucking hurt you more. It's not quantity. Please understand that. It's not the quantity. Oh, but if I make $1,000 an animal, I got 10 more, that's another 10 grand. If they sell, here's your cost. Do you realize
if you hit the odds?
If you hit the odds, do you know what you need in racking and food and space just to house those? Like, they don't understand that. And it catches up to you real fucking quick. But anyways, I'll end there. Thanks for coming on, my friend.
You
awesome
bet.
Having you here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and later, everybody.
My channel, my content,
Good night.
I'm the man with the morse. Billy Rose in the house, breaking down those doors. Mutation, creation, making waves, that's the norm. With the snakes in my hand, feel the power transform. Yo, it's Billy Rose.
And Craig.
From the heart of Canada, where the pythons prevail. Got the
In the US.
Morphs that make you smile. From clowns to ultra males, I'm running this reptile mile.
And some jungle carpets. Some bloods.
Every snake gets a treat with the community tight. I'm the breeder you seek. Mutation, creation every day of the week. Social media buzzing, see the followers grow. On YouTube, Instagram, watch the Billy Rose show. The hacks into the giants, got the genetics unlocked. In the reptile game, I'm the TikTok of the clock. Channel my content, I'm the man with the morse. Billy Rose in the house, breaking down those doors. Mutation, creation, making waves, that's the norm. With the snakes in my hand, feel the power transform. Cold scissors in hand, cutting clutches with flair. Reppin' Toronto, Canada, you know I'm rare. Team Ultra Male strong, colors vivid and bright. In the world of ball pythons, I'm shining the light. Handling the pythons with precision and care. Every stripe, every pattern, got the flair to compare. Networking worldwide, with breeders on the scene. Billy Rose setting trends, living out the dream. The convincing to the shows, repping hard every day. With the fans and the fam in the game, we stay. Got the dedication, the fire and the drive. In the reptile revolution, we're keeping it alive. From the incubators warm to the racks all aligned. Billy Rose got the knowledge with a mastermind. With every snake that hatches, another goal we find. Mutation, creation, always one of a kind. My channel, my content, I'm the man with the morse. Billy Rose in the house, breaking
Damn,
down
that's
those
long.
doors. Mutation, creation, making waves, that's the norm. With the snakes in my hand, feel the power transform.
You guys get it. It's a cool beat. So long. But anyways, good night, everybody. See you next week.
Credit to Mike Johnson for the song.
Yes. Herp Collectors.
See you
Later,
guys.
Al.